Hi, it's Mike Petoskey with CMD Wellness. Today we're continuing on our series on what is first aid according to OSHA. Section I of 1904.7 talks about using eye patches. Eye patches are an interesting thing. I typically don't use a lot of eye patches. There's one case where I typically will use some eye patches, and that is if I have an injured worker, somebody that has an eye injury or has a foreign body that we've removed from their eye, who's consistently trying to rub on their eye. It's just irritating the snot out of them, and they really just can't keep their hand out of rubbing on their eye. If that's the case, I will put an eye patch over that eye because it's more of a physical reminder to them of don't rub your eye. That's going to be one of our biggest battles that we fight with eye injuries or foreign body removals from the eye, is the worker wanting to try to rub on their eye, and that introduces a lot of bacteria from their hand into their eye, and we can get a secondary bacterial conjunctivitis just because of how much they're up there rubbing and touching on their eye. Typically speaking, eye injuries heal very quickly. Corneal epithelium is one of the most rapidly regenerating tissues in our entire body. We're talking anywhere between 24 to 48 hours, and most eye injuries will heal completely on their own. The eyes heal when you're asleep and when your eyes are closed. It usually only takes about one night of sleeping, of having their eyes closed, that epithelial tissue will granulate in. It'll fill in whatever abrasion they might have. Then they'll usually wake up the next morning and they're at 100%. So very commonly with eye injury cases, I almost always have them come back and follow up with me in the clinic the very next morning. Even if it happened late in their shift, typically just have them come back the very first thing on the very next shift and follow up with them. And it's not uncommon to be able to close out some of these eye abrasion cases in the first day, just because they heal so rapidly. Now, if they're not healing within 48 hours, now I start to get a little bit concerned, and I may send them off to an expert opinion with an ophthalmologist because something else may be going on that I'm just not able to deal with in an occupational medicine setting. Now, some provider styles differ than mine, and some providers like to put an eye patch on every eye that comes in. And again, it's just one of those precautionary things. If we just don't want to get any more dirt or dust in the eye, want to have them protected, we want other people, like their supervisor maybe, to protect that person also and not put them in dusty environments. It may just be a great big signal flag to everyone of, hey, look, take care of this guy for a little bit until we get this problem fixed. Again, it's really more of a provider preference, but OSHA makes it pretty clear. If the provider chooses to put an eye patch over someone's eye, or if the first aid lay responder puts an eye patch over someone's eye, that's A-okay. That is straight up first aid as far as OSHA is concerned. Granny can do it. You can do it. If you like this and would like more tips on OSHA first aid rules, please follow us on cmdwellness.com.